Hello everyone, welcome to the Starseed Healing Temple. If you are new, thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. If you are returning, thank you all so much for your support. It really means a lot in helping me grow this channel. For today, we're going to get messages for the Earth Warriors. And Earth Warriors are kind of like, they're like grounded angels, those who are here to help assist the planet in ascending, tending to the earth, tending to nature, tending to the animal kingdom. There's just a great reverence for Mother Gaia, and you're here to help facilitate and the preservation of all the, the ancient beauty that exists here on the planet. So, if you were drawn to this reading, I feel like you are definitely an Earth Warrior. And we have 3 different piles for you to choose from today to help guide you into a message that's meant for you at this point in your journey. For pile number 1, we have this card here. And that is with the dragon. And I put all my little charms inside a bag and pulled 3 out, and these are the animals that wanted to come through. For pile number 2, we have the elephant, and that is with this card here. And pile number 3, we have the little bird, and that is with this card here. Alright, you guys. Pause the video if you need more time to meditate. The timestamps are located in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your separate readings. Welcome, pile number 1. You guys were drawn to the dragon as well as this card here. I had to cover it up because I did not realize that she was in her divine beauty. Your card says Intikana, Child of the Light. And I love, she has one hand reaching up and one hand reaching down into the earth. So one arm's reaching for the heavens and one is very connected to Mother Gaia here. And we have a lot of suns that are appearing on the side. So perhaps I feel like you are shifting cycles, moving out of a particular phase in life. You are starting to bloom. I feel like you're feeling very connected to your higher self. And we have the dream catcher here on the side. Usually dream catchers are there to protect us while we sleep, while we dream. So I feel like you're definitely protected. You're divinely guided. And you have card number 33. 33s are about coming to a place of spiritual understanding, a place of mastery even. And you were drawn to the dragon, and the dragons represent ancient wisdom. So lots of old souls here in this pile. I'm going to read you the passage from the guidebook to connect you into this card. The Child of Light. And your card says, in a reading, trust your feelings over appearances. Move away from influences that create fear, negativity, or doubt in you. Reach out for that which uplifts your heart. Spiritual protection is being offered. Refuse to be dazzled by ego masquerading as something spiritual. Through your prayers and efforts, spiritual light has been accumulating on the inner planes, even though you may not sense that consciously yet. Wow. Y'all hear the crows? Oh, there's a bunch of them. There will be an intersection of events and circumstances in your physical world through which the light shall pour forth and manifest itself as grace. Continue with your spiritual devotion. There is something truly good to come of it. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Then there is spiritual guidance as well. In the back of the book, it says you are encouraged to complete and ground and affirm the light within you. Call forth the true light of the divine to shine bright and clear and showing you the way on earth. Know that you are the light and the light is within you. Okay, so I paused your video to look up what does it mean to have, like, you know, what they call a murder of crows, which is a bunch of crows together. What does it mean spiritually? And the information that came through is about intense transformation, and we had that come through with your first card. And the need to release old habits and serving as a bridge to connect you from the physical and the spiritual realms. And, you know, crows are seen as, you know, bringers of change. They have a strong connection to the spiritual realm. They also represent endings. Sometimes people associate them with death, transformation, connecting to your intuition, and they're highly intelligent as well. So I also feel like with you guys, the message that's coming through is to trust, to surrender, to transform. You're going through a major transition, a big shift right now. Let an old version of yourself fall away and step into the light. You're here to bring a lot of change. You're here to transform. You may have gone through a process of deep healing. And yeah, I feel like maybe you have overcome some fear in your life, or an old belief system, or even a trauma that may have surfaced for you, and you've brought a lot of healing and a lot of love and light into that area, into that wound. And now the light is shining. The light's coming up. You've accomplished this. I feel like there's, yeah, you've reached the mountain top. All right, let's see what else we have. We have I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Okay, so in the phase of this transformation, yeah, see, we have this shift that's taking place. During the shift, there's this process called recalibration, where the old version has to fall away, and before the new version can like fully come online. And so there's this purging, there's this cleansing, there's this period of rest, a period of restoration where you need to slow down, where you need to just take it easy, allow it needs to fall away, maybe do some cleansing rituals, a self-healing bath, you know, where you are working with the violet flame to cleanse and transmute any lower vibrational energies out of your energy field, so that the new energies can come in and slowly integrate into the new areas here. Yeah, I feel like you're coming into a new awareness, a new aspect of being. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. That's pretty interesting. And we have a lot of purple coming through here, so I feel like there's definitely new realizations, new understandings, stronger connection to yourself, to your truth. And you're being asked to trust that everything will come in its divine time. There's a cycle for everything. So allow the shift to take place. We have the ocean. Ooh, yes, cleansing, purification. We have the storm, the womb, and the threshold. Ooh, nice. Okay. So with the womb coming out and the threshold here, we have the calm after the storm, and that is the place that you're in here now. And so we have the threshold. Yeah, there's some healing to the inner child that's taken place. You're on the verge of stepping into something new here. Healing. Something is healed, it's being cleansed, it's being purified. Something in your life that was a little maybe chaotic or disruptive or painful, that is what's leaving, that's what's exiting. You're in this beautiful phase of transformation here. Some old wounds here, and I definitely feel like they're generational. They're a part of your family lineage with the ancient wisdom keeper dragon coming through. And that is why you're here, Earth Warrior. You're here to bring the light, to bring that transformation, to bring the healing. An Earth Warrior is just another name for a starseed or an angel, you know, a being of light. You're here to bring light, to bring love, and like you're a champion for love. And you have conquered, you've overcome, you've healed, you've broken through, and now you're in the phase of transition. You're in the phase of transformation and cleansing and rejuvenating. And so right now is a time to slow your energy down. It's not a race. You know, I feel like you've climbed that mountain and you've reached the top now, and now it's time to take in the view. So allow yourself to just take a break, to rest, to put down your gear, to put down your sword, and to just be open to receiving right now, to receive rest, to receive love, to receive nurturing energies for all the work that you've done, for everything that you've overcome and everything that you've healed from. All right, these are your tarot cards for the first part of your reading. You have the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, let's see how we can make room for everybody up here. Let's get this candle up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you had to make a choice, and I feel like you've chosen to heal yourself. You've chosen to step into your power, to heal your inner child, to heal some old family wounds or something maybe from the past that involved your family. And you brought this beautiful gift, this beautiful healing of love into your heart space. And it's healing your family. Yeah, you brought the seed. You carried the seed in your heart, and you brought that here into your family. You've given that to your inner child, because you are the one who has the big heart. Something that you are, but whether you realized it or not, this was part of your mission and why you came here, was to bring this healing into your family lineage. Okay. We have the flute coming through. Let me see what else we have. The grasshopper. Yeah, this is part. You hold the key. You brought the key forward. With the flute, for me, this is vibrations, your energies. And with the grasshopper, this is situations in the balance that require careful handling. Yeah, you had to, even when things seemed so chaotic and very heavy and you couldn't see your way or, navigate the territory, you still held this in your heart, even though everything that you went through in your childhood and, the struggle and the hardship and the pain, you still held that light within you. You still kept your heart intact. You still kept it open, even when it was hard and painful. Even when people who you loved, brought you disappointment or the pain, you still held that light within you. You still carried it, even when it was hard. Yeah, even when you felt lonely. We have the empty chair, someone leaving your life. And then we have the arrow. Yeah, you were very determined. But you are, you're on the right path. You kept going even when you couldn't see. And because of that, I feel like you're about to be rewarded. Something is coming in. I feel like there's this beautiful offering ahead on your path. We're going to see what else comes through. And these cards are about your gifts, your talents, maybe your soul calling. We have a time to decide, make a decision based on your heart's true desires. All right, so we have confirmation here about a choice that needs to be made. Maybe there's a decision. We have children coming through. Your life purpose involves helping and teaching children. And we have author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make time to write it. Okay, so some of you you're meant to share your story, or you're meant to help heal children. So maybe something that you went through in your past, in your childhood, what you've overcome, what you've healed, whatever wisdom that you've gained from your experience, you're meant to share that with others, and you're meant to be a guide for children. So you may have, you may be a children's author, you know, maybe there's children books that you want to create where you offer your wisdom or just reminders of their light, and that they are the divine, and that they're not alone, and that they're loved, and that they're worthy to keep going even when things seem hard or difficult, and to face the challenges head on. Yeah, there's something you're meant to share. All right, let's see what else we have. Letting go. Okay. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. And we have victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. All right, these are coming through with confirmation of what you've had to let go, so that you can fill your own cup, and that you have accomplished that. You've accomplished this energy of healing and cleansing. And 6 is the, you know, the number of family, home life, nurturing environment, you know, having more peace and love in your life. And we have number 35, which is 8, you know, cycles of growth, abundance, achievement, strength even. And, you know, wealth, the chalice here. I feel like you've learned to fill your own cup and to love yourself, and to embrace who you are. And I feel like that's part of your message. Yeah, and we have healing. Candle flame, burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. You've healed. Victory over this wound. I mean, you should be so proud of yourself, pile number 1, and giving yourself the biggest hug, because you have overcome so much, and you've brought this beautiful gift of love and healing into your heart, into your family, into your life, period, into your inner child. And if this isn't the journey that you have been on yet, this is the journey that you're being guided to walk, to take, to let go of, you know, the people in your life that say they love you and their words and actions don't align. It's time to walk away from those people, and from the people in your life that make you feel like you're not worthy and that you are less than. And to follow your intuition, to follow your heart, to protect your inner child, and to choose to love yourself, and to fill your cup, and not to depend on anybody else to give you any kind of confirmation that you are loved, that you are worthy, and that you are deserving. You are a child of divine. You were born loving. You were born worthy. You have value. You have something to offer the collective. But you must first give it to yourself. You know, you need to put yourself into a place of worthiness and deservingness, and that you are worthy of love. You deserve love. You deserve respect. You deserve kindness. You deserve people to treat you with respect. And that comes with setting healthy boundaries for yourself, you know, and knowing that you're worthy of more. And so you set healthy boundaries and you protect yourself from people who want to take from you and don't want to have that balanced, healthy, reciprocating relationship. You know, you don't want to be the person who's always giving. You want somebody who is sharing in that exchange of energy, of giving and taking and receiving, and giving from a place of love and honor and respect. But we have to make that choice for ourselves and to choose to walk away. And it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to do that. And to focus on, you know, choosing yourself. And which can be very hard if you're always the giver, to be able to learn how to receive. It can be very hard, and it can be a struggle. And especially if you're the one who's always on the go. And a lot of starseeds and warriors, we have this drive within us to, you know, to do and to change and to create. And there's a lot of motivation behind it, a lot of fire. And we can easily, you know, create and take action, but we don't know how to receive. We don't know how to slow down. We don't know how to rest. We don't know how to put the sword down. You know, we're always looking for the next fight or the next challenge. And what's coming through here is to rest, to take time to rejuvenate, to enjoy the view, to put the sword down, and to receive. And that it's okay to receive. It's okay to let go, and it's okay to heal. All right, let's look at these tarot here that came through. So we have the Knight of Cups. Yes, you deserve romance. You deserve to be loved. We have the Page of Pentacles coming through again with this beautiful seed of potential, learning to give, learning to receive. We have the Knight of Pentacles. That's awesome. Knowing your worth and your value, that you can create the life of your dreams. You can have the love of your life. And we have the Page of Wands. All right. You know, pages you know, they're usually messengers. They represent a young energy, you know, the learning something new, learning to love yourself, learning to give to yourself, learning to feel comfortable in your body, learning to receive, learning to be at rest, to take in the beauty of all that you've created, you know, and knowing that you are worthy and deserving of it. Love included. All right, let's get y'all some final messages. We have two right here. We have self-belief. I am brave and I choose to be the architect of my life. The angels ask you to claim your power, and this will lead you to fulfill your dreams and to create the life, the relationships, and the abundance that you deserve and long for. When your self-belief is strong and your faith in your abilities is high, you easily hear and follow your intuition. Ooh, believe in yourself, pal. Number 1. And then we have gratitude. I am grateful for many things in my life that bring me joy and comfort. The angels want you to remember if you just pause and think for a moment, here's that pause and slow down. If you pause and think for a moment, you might just recognize that you have so much to be thankful for. No matter how small these positive things might seem. Okay, so this is guidance here on how to receive, okay? How to open your heart to receive and how to see life in a new way with a new set of eyes, you know? Not through the pain and the struggle and everything that you went through. It's time to let that go and stop identifying with what you've been through and to see the ways that you have been protected, in the ways that you have been guided, in the ways that you are loved in your life. And look for the things to be grateful for. You know, look for the friendships that you've made, for the love that you have received, for the ability to pay whatever bill you can afford to pay, you know, to have food in your mouth, to have air that you breathe, to be able to have, you know, like a comb to brush your hair, or that you have water that comes out of your sink. You know, there's so many things to be grateful for, and the more you tune into that energy of gratitude, it puts you in receptive mode. It puts you in receiving energies so that you can pull into your own cup and fill your own cup with all the things that you may feel like you don't have in your life, you know, and all the things that you're ready to receive by being grateful for receiving them. You know, it's putting you in the energy of I have instead of I don't have. And so when you embody I am and I have, it pulls the energy inward so that you can attract more of those into your life, more of those energies, more of those things to be grateful for. It starts to come in because you're saying that you are and that you have it already. So therefore your reality is going to match what you believe you are and what you have. Okay? All right, Earth Warriors, this was your message for today. Please like and subscribe to my readings if you like. If you resonate with this reading, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that this was your reading. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. So you guys were drawn to this card and the elephant. And your card says, Kanini, in each other we find ourselves. So I feel like for you guys, there's something about seeing a higher picture, of seeing things from a higher perspective. I feel like there may be something to do with family coming through with the elephant. This one has a strong connection to family and loyalty and female energies, memories, a lot of strength. And there's something about, seeing yourself in someone else, or putting yourself in someone else's shoes. I'm going to read from the guidebook for you guys because I love the messages that come through. And there may be something that you need to hear at the moment that you're tuning into this reading. And maybe the reason why you're drawn to the image of this card. Yeah, let's put it back here while I read. Okay, in each other we find ourselves. There is a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you. And as the ones ahead of you move forward, so too does room open up for your expansion. Upon this earth, we are all building the sacred temple, each fulfilling our task as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with your heart most actively engaged? What can you offer which inspires and energizes you to move that others are uplifted in your presence? How can you receive from others joyfully, bringing them pleasure? Engage in giving and receiving deeply and with devotion. Your wisdom and openness of life generates healing for our earth. It says healing is indicated, especially of wounds about connection, trust, safety, and tribe. belonging, and permission to be a unique individual. At a physical level, more vitality and ample energy for healing is indicated. At a spiritual level, a deepening awareness of unified consciousness is opening up within you, which will bring you into deeper divine communion and will increase your effectiveness as a healing presence and sacred activist in this world. You have a destiny to fulfill, and there will be much help from many different people to fulfill it. The universe wants you to succeed. Do not hesitate to ask and receive assistance, for the fulfillment of your mission helps others. Ooh. Okay, so I was telling pile number 1, you know, an earth warrior is a starseed. It's just another word. It's all terminology. But an earth warrior is a starseed or an angel, you know, a light bringer, light worker. It's all the same thing. It's just, what do you resonate with individually? All right, let's see what your other cards say. We have true manifestations are powered by service and love. Okay. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. All right, so we have something to do with manifestations here. Something that you create with your hands. Maybe some of you are being guided to be Reiki healers. We have, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Some of you may be very sensitive. Maybe some of you are very empathic. I can do less and attract more. Okay. And you had 4 cards come through. I was only doing 1, but these 4 flew out at the same time. So we have something, a bridge forming here. Trusting that you are being guided, trusting every step that you take has meaning. Everything that you've been through in your life has meaning and purpose, and it's all serving to guide you. It's all serving to give you tools so that you can ascend, so that you can expand into more awareness, into more love. I can do less and attract more. Maybe some of you just really push yourselves really hard. Or maybe there's something you've been trying to manifest, like really a big manifestation that you want to, you know, that you've been putting your energy and your time into, and maybe you haven't seen it manifest in your life yet. And that could be because there's something that you may be holding on to. There may be a blockage that's preventing you from making that connection. There's steps that need to be taken first. And we have the warrior coming through, yes, and healing. And we have the Father. Maybe some of you had a hard relationship with the masculine in your life, with the males in your life. There's a wound here. Ancestral wound with the snake. A pattern. Maybe there's some, you need to heal the masculine energy. There's perspectives that need to shift, something that you're not seeing. It's not as black and white as you believe it to be. There's something that you're not seeing. Let's see. Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands. This has to do with journey. We have the death. Okay, so the ending of something. Oh, and look, there you are, worrying, something that's been keeping you up at night, something that's been very exhausting, overwhelming. And then you have the Strength card. Yeah, you're being asked to make a choice to shift out of the worry, out of the stress, out of the anxiety, things that you've been worrying about, that's been weighing on your heart pretty heavily. There could even be a fear here that you have that needs to be understood, that needs to be healed. So this is about you're being asked to go on a journey here, a spiritual journey. There's some healing that needs to take place to help heal the situation. So whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, or whatever healing you're wanting to bring into your life, this is the time to do it. This is what you're here for. And it's one step at a time, you know. If there's a memory that comes up, your soul is guiding you to enter into that memory, into that feeling of what it is that you were feeling, and what is the story, what is the belief system you created based on that feeling. And this is where the healing takes place, you know, is allowing yourself to be that parent that you didn't receive. What was happening in that moment? What was the feeling you were experiencing, and what would you have wanted somebody to say to you, to comfort you, to nurture you, to help you through that situation, so that you have understanding, so that you felt protected, so that you felt loved, you know, and that you mattered. And become that for yourself, you know, and give yourself the biggest hug. Allow yourself to feel whatever it is you need to feel. If you need to cry, if you need to be angry, if there was an emotion that was being repressed at that moment, allow yourself to embody it so that you can fully release it and feel comforted by yourself, allowing you that space to grieve, to feel loved, and to feel supported. It's a form of time travel. Healing really is, because you're going back to the past, to old versions of yourself that didn't feel safe to be, didn't feel safe to exist, that didn't feel loved and nurtured through, you know, hard situations where you felt lost, or maybe somebody was just simply being mean, or, you know, as children we don't understand what our parents are going through, and they don't know how to communicate it to children, and children don't have, you know, emotional tools or awareness or understanding of how to handle emotions, especially if your parents don't know how to handle their emotions. We're not taught. We're just kind of left in the dark, right? And those parts of us get repressed, and they stay hidden in our subconscious until we're ready to heal them, until our soul's ready to evolve and ascend, and or we're wanting to learn something new, or wanting to manifest something in our life, but we can't seem to have any forward movement in that manifestation. And it's because there's a belief system we have that's blocking that creation from coming in for us. If we're trying to manifest, you know, a partnership, a relationship with, you know, our soulmate, or our love of our life, or whatever that is, if we don't see ourselves as worthy and lovable, and you know, being happy in our lives and deserving happiness, we're not going to attract that partner. We're going to always attract, I'm unlovable, nobody cares about me, I'm lonely, because that's your belief system. You believe that you're going to be lonely forever. You believe that you're not worthy, you're not good enough. Or you settle for less than you deserve. You settle for crumbs because you're afraid of being alone, so you don't set healthy boundaries for yourself that says, no, I know my worth and my value, and I deserve this, and I'm not just going to settle for somebody treating me like crap because I'm afraid of being alone. you know, and it's really going within and getting to learn yourself and understand, you know, why do I feel this way? Why do I believe this about myself? Or why do I believe this about the world? You know, is this really who I am? Is this really what I believe? You know, and learning to heal and change that instead of listening to the mind or the ego that wants to limit us and to limit our potential by keeping us in a place of fear. There may be something that you need to communicate, because I'm feeling a little bit of stuck energy in my throat. I felt the pitch change as I was speaking to you guys. So there's definitely something that needs to shift in your reality. And we have a younger man, so there's definitely male energy here. Feelings within a relationship with a young man. I mean, this could be a partner, this could be your father, it could be an uncle or brother, or you may be seeing it manifest in other relationships, you know. We have the parrot. Something repeating. Yeah, okay, so this could have been something that stemmed from the masculine in your life, you know, a father, grandfather, a role model, an uncle, you know, even a step-parent, and you may be seeing it manifest in your relationships with other masculine friends or relationships. Yeah, the knots, it's the patterns, the programming here. All right, we have the angel coming in here. We have the broken bridge. Wow, look, so we have the bridge here, and then we have a broken bridge. So healing. Yeah, you're here to bring the healing. That's why you're here. You're the earth warrior. You're the one who brings the light. And this is you. You're the angel of light. You're here to bring healing to those experiences, to those relationships, you know, by learning to have a healthier relationship with yourself and what you deserve. And these relationships, they were teaching you something. And I feel like it's learning to have, when we don't have healthy relationships with the masculine, we don't know how to protect ourselves. We don't know how to set healthy boundaries. We don't know how to stand up for ourselves. Did I say that already? I can't remember. Anyways, it's about empowerment and confidence and having the willpower and the focus to go after what it is that we desire and what we want to have in our lives, and not settling for less. You know, it's having that confidence, that energy, the boost of self-esteem. You know, that's what's lacking when we don't have a healthy relationship with the masculine. And so if there was somebody in your life who maybe put you down, they didn't encourage you, they didn't build up your self-esteem, they didn't give you, you know, encouragement, that's where you need to step in and be that for yourself. You know, you need to learn to become your own best friend and to shift that inner narrative that repeats the words that were spoken to you so long ago. Like you're repeating that to yourself, and you kind of keep yourself down like that individual did. And what you want to do is that's like, it's old beliefs, old programming. You want to insert new programming. And this is how I'm going to start encouraging myself. I'm going to start feeding myself with light, feeding myself with love and encouragement, and giving myself the confidence that I needed, that I lacked when I was younger through my experiences with these masculines who just put me down and you know, made me feel like I wasn't worthy and that I wasn't good enough. And so it's becoming your own cheerleader, your own best friend, to boost up your self-esteem so that you can, you know your worth and your value, and create the love that's meant to be in your life, to create that happy family that you deserve and that you want for yourself. We have practice, polish your skills by practicing regularly. Okay, for this one, I feel like this is what you need to do is correct that inner voice, that inner critic that wants to put you down. So anytime you hear that voice coming up, or whenever you're wanting to do something new or to empower yourself, and you hear that doubt come in, that criticism come in, as soon as you recognize it, shift it, shift it by saying, oh, nope, that's the old ways of doing things. That's the old version of myself that didn't believe in me. And now I do. I love myself. I'm going to be okay. I can do this. I've got this. I believe in me and I love me. And I'm there for myself, and it's going to be okay. Give yourself those words of confidence and esteem. All right, so you have yoga coming through. Yoga is going to be something that's very beneficial for you. It's going to help you stretch and move the body, and bring your awareness into the present, into the here and the now, so that you feel more connected to yourself. So that you can be more in the present moment, which is where you have more access to creating and to manifesting and to being in the here and the now, instead of in the mind and in the head and worrying about how is this going to work, how is this going to happen, how can this come about. When we get all in the mind, it's got that big mouth. It loves to keep us talking. It loves to keep us active. It loves to keep us, thinking about either the past or the future. It's constantly going. When we learn to meditate or do practices like meditative practices like yoga, this helps bring us into the present moment. It helps us, gives us the power of being in the now, right here, right now. What is my decision? What is my choice? What do I want to do? What do I want to create? Who do I want to be? What is my true belief systems? How do I really feel about this situation? Where are my boundaries? What are my needs? Where do I lack esteem? Where do I need to build myself up more? Where do I need to love myself more? These are the practices that are going to help you create that shift in your life. And you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Yeah, and this is what you need to hear. You need to give yourself that big pat on the back to keep going, to know that you are on the right path. Everything has happened to be a teaching, a lesson, to help remind you of how strong you are, and to give you more confidence, because we have to experience, and unfortunately that's the 3D experience, is to experience duality, to experience love through contrast, through not having in order to have. So if you wanted that life that was going to have, this great relationship with somebody in your life, you have to first experience what it's like not to have it, to then create it for yourself, so that you know what to look for, so that you know what it doesn't look like, because you've experienced that one already. So now you know where you need to refine the manifestation. Where do I want somebody who's like this, because now I've learned I need to set boundaries. I can't just settle for anything and everything. I need to have more standards, higher standards for what it is that I want for myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's knowing that everybody's not perfect, but there are things that people do that we make excuses for out of our fear of being alone or our fear of losing them. And, it kind of keeps us in this, a lower place, a lower vibrational relationship, because we end up settling for poor behavior, especially when it's repeated over and over and over again. It's one thing when, people make mistakes, we're all human, but it's learning from mistakes and growing and moving forward, versus the ones who repeat those mistakes over and over and over again, and there's always an excuse, there's always a reason. Sometimes they'll gaslight you, sometimes they try to turn it around and say, oh no, it's your fault, or they're a victim. All this happened to me, so I can't seem to get over my past and my childhood, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. And like, phew, yeah, no. You're not a doormat, you're not here to be walked on. taken advantage of. You deserve more in your life, and you have to be the one that sets that boundary, you know, for you to receive it. We have best possible decision. All right, so we have that choice here. All right, we have Artemis, goddess of the bow. Help me to see what must be known. All right, so there's choices to be made. We have safe home. I cast this circle roundabout. Safety now is beyond doubt. And that's what you're looking for. You're wanting to have that feeling of feeling safe, of feeling loved, that you can be who you are and know that you are loved. Regardless, you know, that you can make a mistake and still be loved. That you don't have to be perfect, and that you're still loved because you are trying, you are doing, you're moving, you're healing. You've got a big heart, a good heart. You want the best for everyone, you know, and you want to live in a place that feels safe, and you want people who are around you that make you feel safe, you know, and you want them to feel safe around you. We have abundance. Ooh, goddess of abundance divine. Let me thrive. Let fortune be mine. And then we have harmony. As I create, I will share. Harmony divine with love and care. Okay, so you have this beautiful, happy home, abundant life, harmony, balance. You know, that security, that sense of security. This is giving me root chakra here. This is something that I feel like you want in your life, and you have to choose it for yourself. You have to make that decision to walk away, to let go, to understand what you are learning. If you're still in a relationship with this individual, you need to have that serious conversation. And, you know, I don't feel like you're going to stay in that relationship. I feel like you're finally going to walk away with the broken bridge and choose you. It shouldn't be so hard, you know. It really shouldn't. Love is gentle. Love is kind. You know, it shouldn't be such a struggle to feel love and to have love in your life. And I feel like it's definitely an old pattern. It's something that's been repeating in your family generation for a minute. Something with the masculine energy. We have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Look at, she's holding it at her heart. This is new love, healing, spiritual cleansing coming in. Learning to love yourself, healing of the inner child wounds, healing of that beautiful heart space, putting yourself first. Ooh, and you got the Six of Wands. That's right. Celebration. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be appreciated for your beautiful light, for your beautiful heart. This is celebration here. We have the Hermit. And you got the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. That's beautiful. So the Hermit is the energy of, you know, going within and learning to trust yourself. Being your own guide, you know, or having a mentor. Learning to love yourself, to see your beauty, to see your heart and be guided by that. And with the Ten of Pentacles, this is that legacy of love and life and support. This is also financial, you know, enough monies that last generation. So if some of you have been trying to manifest finances here with the Abundance card and the Ten of Pentacles, there's a feeling of lack that you're learning to heal, and that needs to be healed, where you feel safe, where you feel financially secure, where you know that you are supported, that you are loved, that you are safe, that you are worthy, that you are deserving. Ten of Pentacles, see, and there's this beautiful family. The children are happy. The parents are happy. The light is shining. We have this beautiful tree of life here with the Kabbalah. This is happiness. This is accomplishment. This is security that's generational. Generational support. That lasts lifetimes here, you know. And so you're on the right path. Keep going. Let go of what needs to be healed so that you can bring this in, so that you can manifest this in. All right, let me get you some final cards. And here's the thing, it's like everything serves the purpose, you know, of what you signed up for, the experience that you said, yep, all right, I'm going to go to Earth, I'm going to descend into this darkness, into this heavy planet, I'm going to forget who I am, I'm going to forget, you know, all of my spiritual gifts, and forget that we're all one. And I'm going to be in this simulation where everybody's going to be like against me, and I'm going to feel unloved, I'm going to feel, you know, unsupported, and I'm going to feel lost on my journey, and I'm going to forget that, you know, I can manifest all those things. And we sign up to do it. We sign up for these experiences to remember that we are light, to remember that we are loved, to remember that abundance is ours and that it's around us everywhere, you know. And we're just going to have these this vision that only allows us to see a certain amount of the spectrum of light, and but everything exists all around us everywhere, and we have no idea. So it's quite the journey here on Earth, and you are on the path of remembering, with the elephant here, remembering your light, remembering your mission, why you're here, remembering that you chose to incarnate into this family and to feel unloved, to feel unsupported, or to have the experience of scarcity, you know, lack of worth, lack of value, all those things, so that you can rediscover it and remember the truth of who you are. All right, so final messages for pile number 2. We have courage. My bravery increases with each step in the right direction. The angels remind you that you become more confident and courageous by facing your fears daily. Each time that you face a fear, it slowly begins to wither away. And as a result, you start to grow into the courageous person you're meant to become. Ooh, beautiful. Step into your power. Step into this courage here. Remember, give yourself that boost of esteem. Work on that sacral chakra, your inner fire. Your solar plexus, your inner fire. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am loved. I am supported. I've got this. I can do this. I believe in myself. I'm not going to let these old voices, these old experiences, these people in my life who were so mean, and, you know, I don't need their approval. I know who I am. I know my heart. I know my worthiness, and this is what I'm meant to do in my life. And you were my teachers, and you taught me where I needed to love myself and to set healthy boundaries and standards. So I forgive you for not teaching me love, but you taught me where I needed to love myself more. And sometimes that's because they experienced that as well. You know, people unfortunately can't give us what they don't have, you know, unless they are strong enough to create it for themselves. But it takes an earth warrior to come in with that fire, with that passion to change, to want to bring change, to want to bring healing to the family. And unfortunately, that means you have to experience what everybody in that family had to experience in order for somebody who's so strong and gifted and talented and ancient and wise to come in, experience it, and then to bring the light, to bring that transformation, to bring the healing, to restore the family lineage, and to say, no, this ends here. I'm not passing that down. I'm not sharing more darkness, more hate, more anger, more pain. I want to share love. And in order to do that, we have to experience what they've been experiencing so that we know where we need to work, where we need to apply our energy, where we need to be the warrior, so that we can say, no, this stops here. This stops with me. I'm not doing this. And you will achieve that. You will bring the healing. You're here to bring the healing. You're here to bring the light, to bring the love, to bring that family legacy forward. With your beautiful, courageous heart, pile number 2. We have boundaries. I am worthy and deserving of setting and maintaining boundaries that serve me. The angels want you to remember, if you keep prioritizing the needs of others and ignoring your own, then things might fall apart. For once, love yourself and do things that please you, no matter what others might say. Boom, boom, boom. Boo, yeah. Have the courage to set healthy boundaries for yourself, okay? Know your worth. Know that you deserve them. It's time for you to be on the receiving end of all the things that you have been trying to provide for other people. It all starts within you, and you have to believe in yourself and create that within your own being, within your mind, within your heart and soul, so that you walk and breathe it every single day. You embody it, and therefore everything that's already within you, you start to manifest in the world outside of you. It all has to do with your belief systems and your wounds, your core wounds, and what needs your attention and love and forgiveness and understanding, okay? All right, pile number 2. This was your reading. Thank you all so much for joining me in the temple today. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my readings. Like and subscribe if this reading resonated with you. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story. Just let me know that this was your reading. Sending you all lots of love. Take care and have a blessed day. All right, welcome pile number 3 to your readings. And you were drawn to this card with the little bird. I was speaking to pile number 1 and 2 about the Earth Warrior energy, and Earth Warriors are another name for starseeds, for angels, for light workers, you know, for healers. It's all just different terminology for the same thing. So I definitely feel like you also agree with that. As Earth Warriors and Starseeds. And you, pile number 3, you actually had 2 cards come through for you guys. So we have the Panthera and Pueo. And I'm going to read from the guidebooks their messages for you guys real quick, and then we'll get into your other cards. Beautiful images on here. Alright, so Panthera, the precious and rare. You have the strength to handle any challenge, even the ones that intimidate you. You may feel that you are alone in the fight sometimes, but there are forces of good in spirit and upon the earth that are fighting with you, supporting you, believing in you, assisting you, and championing your success. It may not always feel like it, but you are not alone in this. There is help at hand to uncover a hidden piece of information which will allow truth and justice to prevail. Ooh, okay. Pueo, the guardian of the Amakua. Information that may have been hidden for a time will come to light. Oh, wow. Look at this coming to light on both of these. A guiding intelligence is assisting you safely through a situation that is otherwise confusing or dangerous for you. Divine powers are helping you in matters to do with battles, unfairness, or injustice. Whether you are consciously aware of these things or not, trust in the signs that you see, and especially in the truth that you hear, sometimes beneath what is being spoken. The accuracy of your insights and perceptions are heightened at this time. In Hawaiian, Anakua refers to venerable ancestors. This oracle also indicates that loved ones on the other side are receiving your prayers and intentions for their healing and sending you love and assistance. Okay, So with these coming out, and you had the birds, you know, messages, you're going to be receiving messages from the other side. You're also receiving one here today that you are not alone through this process. So if there's something that you're struggling with, something you're going through, some kind of legal battle, because we had something of injustice coming through, that some information is going to be coming to light that's going to help you. It could be win the case or see things from a different perspective, or something that's going to help you out on your journey. Let's try to line these up like this here. So the precious and the rare and the guardian of ancestors. Okay, so there's some kind of healing that's going to be taking place. Yeah, we have the moon here, a mystery. This picture here. And we have the sun and the moon. Something being illuminated for you. And you're being asked to have courage and to have faith. To trust that you are protected, that you're being guided. Alright, make sure these are on camera for you guys. Does my camera look straight? Alright, let's see what else we have. We have, I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. Okay, so there's choice. We have each time I choose to tune into Spirit's guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. Okay, so you're being guided right now to tune into your heart for any guidance that you may be asking on the situation. So anytime you feel lost, or you feel hopeless or defeated, or you know, like the world has gone dark, tune into your heart and reconnect to your safe space. Reconnect to source, reconnect to the angels, to your ancestors, and know that you are not alone on this journey, and that there are beings of light, your ancestors. There's a lot of us here that are sharing in the work, okay? And so what you're going through, you are not alone. Even though sometimes in the experience of you personally going through things could make you feel lonely, but you are definitely supported and seen and loved and supported by the angels, by your ancestors, by your loved ones. Others who are like you, rooting for you and supporting you on the other side. Oh, look, and you have the Judge coming through. So there's definitely, you know, there's no denying there may be some kind of legal thing that you're going through at the moment. And we have Crone with the wisdom. Just before I started your reading, like the crows in the backyard were sounding off, you know, and the crows represent deep transformation, deep healing, wisdom, following your intuition. It can also be bringers of endings, endings of old phases. This could be the end of the battle, the end of the struggle. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. Yeah, there's the struggle right here. The conflict. And then we have the world. Okay, so it's the cycle. We have justice coming through. Beautiful. We have the Ace of Swords. The truth will prevail. Yeah, it's been a long road here. We have the Nine of Wands, but you're almost done, okay? It's almost over. It's almost completed. You're almost at the end here. Justice is going to prevail. We have the Justice card, and then you had the Ace of Swords. You know, this is the truth. Cutting to the truth of the situation, and that could be what you see. The truth is going to be revealed, and that's what's going to come to light. We have the Mountain. Yeah, this has been a long battle, right? A long road. lots of challenges to overcome. We have the quill. Maybe some of you are going to be signing documents soon. Closing of a chapter. Maybe this was a divorce. I'm not sure. That's just what was coming through just then. We have the wreath. Okay. Yeah, maybe during this experience, you have lost something here. This could be the loss of a relationship, the loss of a connection. And we have the arrow. This says you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Keep moving forward. And I'm kind of feeling like the loss of a loved one. Maybe during this experience, you know, some of you may have lost someone in your life. Maybe there was, you know, there's this battle between siblings or family relatives that, you know, and it's hard because death can be such a, you know, it's not only traumatizing to like lose a loved one, but then you have like family members who can be greedy and people who are like, you know, well, I want this and I want that and I deserve this and I deserve that. You know, it becomes this very gross struggle, this greedy, grubby, where people just feel like they're owed something, you know. And so it can be very toxic and overwhelming to deal with those types of people. Or just, you know, conflicting viewpoints on how things should be distributed amongst loved ones and stuff. And I have been through it. It can be very nasty, and people can be very nasty, and it's very heartbreaking to see, you know, greed come out within everybody when that happens, when you're just kind of mourning the loss of a friendship, mourning the loss of connection, hearing their voice, creating more memories, you know, and all that's right there on the surface. And then you have to deal with people who, you know, don't even seem to be in that space. They just like, I want. And, you know, unwilling to share or compromise or find resolution. They just want what they want and they don't care, you know. It's definitely hard, and it can be very, very defeating. But, yeah, moving on. For those who, that's only going to resonate with some of you. Just take what resonates, and what doesn't, just apply it to where you need it to go. But where this just involves some kind of choice, decision, where you've had to make a choice and decide to walk away, or whatever this is, to finally say goodbye and to end it. You're at the end of the road with the situation, okay? Hang in there. Oh, and you had some more come out. We have the skull, hidden secrets. Hidden secrets that can harm you, but I feel like, no, this is the mystery. This is something that's hidden, that's going to be coming to light, that's going to bring a new awareness. We have wind chimes. Ooh, peace and harmony here. So something's going to be revealed that's going to give you peace of mind. Yeah, this is what's going to come in. Peace of mind. So you can relax, you can let go, and you can trust and know that you're being guided and that you are protected, okay? We have the healer. You have the spiritual gift of healing and the desire to share it with others. And then we have family. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. So this is going to bring healing to your family. Okay. So where there was discord and everyone was, you know, not getting along, maybe there was competition in some kind of way, or just a big struggle, there's going to be healing that comes in. A truth, something's going to be revealed through this experience that's going to bring something to light. And yeah, you're going to be able to move forward. Everyone's going to be able to move forward. We have grace, grace, blessing, come to me and set me free. We have beauty, I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. Yeah, and see, this is, come at this experience, you know what I mean? You just sit in your space of grace and beauty, right? And allow this to take place. Trust and know that you are guided, that you are loved through this experience. Don't engage in these types of energies and these people and that whole tug of war and competition, whatever it is. Step out of that. Give yourself that peace of mind. Stay in your heart space here. Stay very grounded, very centered, and allow this to be revealed. Allow this to come to light. And people are going to be like, what? Oh my goodness. And look, we have love. Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. Love. Let love be your guiding force here. Listen to your heart. Have compassion, have understanding. And sometimes people, they act out of fear, which is mainly what causes that energy of greed, is a lack of something within them, a lack of worth, a lack of value, a sense of entitlement where they feel like they deserve something because, you know, because they're the best. No, I don't know. Some people just feel like they deserve, even when they don't deserve, when they haven't done anything to earn love or to earn that respect. And, you know, we don't have to like earn the love of the divine, right? But we do have to, I would say, earn the trust of those who we hold near and dear to us, right? So I can't, in the past, you know, with family and stuff like that, I unconditionally loved, you know, my family, my siblings, my parents, and everything, because they were my world for so long, right? And then as we get older and you start to learn where people's loyalties lie and how they view loyalty and what loyalty means to them, it's something different to everybody. And what love feels like and looks like is different to everybody. And you can be raised in the same house and have experienced the same things, but have taken the information in differently, you know, and told yourself different stories about what it meant, you know, when you got in trouble or when your parents said this to you when you were little. And some things others held on to with resentment and anger, and other things some of us understood, you know, what the meaning was or what the intention was behind it. And it can be very it's so crazy and mind altering to see how different everybody can and everybody's, you know, memories have changed over the years by the stories that they've told themselves, you know. And so we can all have been through similar experiences but recorded the information differently and held on to it, and others have let it go. And it can be very hard to be around individuals who are still holding on to those grudges when you can easily forgive. And sometimes being the person that can easily forgive can be triggering for the other individuals, you know, and it's hard to be around them, and it's hard for them to be around you. But have that sense of understanding and compassion for others where they are on their journey, all right? On their journey of healing. And some people, it's too emotional or too painful to experience or to remember because they're not ready. They're not there yet to have understanding or to complete that lesson yet. Whereas you may have begun the journey earlier. All right, hang on. The goats are coming through and they're getting louder. Oh, okay, never mind. They're going to move on out into the field. All right, let's look at your final tarot. Look, we have the sun coming through. That's the healing energy, the healing light, the healing of the inner child. I feel like this is you. You are the healer. You're the one who's going to bring the healing into the situation. This could be you having the epiphany, you having that aha moment, that flash of insight that just brings the love, that brings that grace into the family, that brings that healing into the family, that gives the idea, that says, hey, what about this? I don't think we thought about this. And it would be something that just settles the whole thing. You know, if this was some argument that took place, or if this is some kind of legal battle, something's going to come forward and it's going to bring this healing. It's going to bring that big shift for you. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yes, this is working together. Things are just going to work out. And with these individuals, where before it was this struggle, there's going to be this harmony, this balance that comes in, where everyone's working together. And we have the Four of Wands, celebration, stability, success. And we have the Ace of Swords coming through again. Look at that light coming in to heal the mind. The Ascension here. Shifting out of this old pattern, this old dynamic. It's all going to change. That is so happy. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so excited for this healing to come through. You definitely deserve it. You are not alone, and you're going to be supported. You're going to have that support, all right? You're going to have that, you're going to be celebrating, you're going to be carefree, hell yeah, you're going to feel stable, you're going to feel supported, and look, we have the crow that's taken flight. So you had two crows coming in here. Yep. Moving on, moving out of this energy, shifting, healing. All right, let's get some final messages from your angels to close your reading, pile number 3. I'm so happy for you guys to have this harmony, this peace, the stability, the happiness, the love, the balance being restored, community coming together, supportive people in your life. You no longer have to worry about the struggle or feeling alone. We have letting go. I let go of what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. You need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space that they need to grow. Let go because holding on is too painful. The angels remind you that letting go is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Okay, so this could be letting go of the individual, letting go of, the relative who may be passing on, or letting go of the need to try to control, letting go of the struggle, the constant work to keep something going when it needs to end here. Allow things to shift. And that's the thing, there's this completion that's coming in. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward, onward and upward, out of the old energies and into the new, where you feel supported, where the light comes in, where there's, more creative outlets, more ways to express yourself, more things to celebrate, more ideas. We have plan. Following a long-term plan will help me to achieve my life's purpose. To make the most of this moment of inspiration and angel guidance, plan your days so as to reach maximum efficiency. This is a powerful time for you, and you are capable of achieving a lot. Without a plan, you risk wasting precious time. Okay, so make a plan. Write down your priorities. What is it that you want to create in your life? How do you want to be living? What do you want for your relationships? In your relationship with yourself, what is it that you need to let go of? And make that choice to let go so that you can move on and step into this beautiful new beginning that's waiting for you, pile number 3. Whew. All right, you guys, I'm going to close your reading. Thank you all so much for being here in the temple with me today. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like my readings. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that this reading resonated with you. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Take care and have a blessed day.